Hello, my Scorpio friends. Welcome to your surprise love reading for May 5th to May 11th. What do you think of my pink love-coated lighting I'm using in my video right now? Let me start you off in this reading by pulling you one of these cards right here to see what overarching energies are surrounding you this week in your love life. I'm just going to go with this card on top, which is the card of the Knight of Stars. Ooh, that's exciting. We also have the Adventurer as a keyword there. The Knight of Stars is a really fast-moving, passionate, spontaneous, and adventurer energy. This is one of the fastest moving knights in all of the Knights of Tarot. He's really galloping and riding into action, really following that burning passion of his heart, which is what the stars are in this deck, all throughout this week, and really just riding with that energy. Quite honestly, that passionate, burning desire and love in your love life, my lovely Scorpios. Now I'm going to go into my other tarot deck to see how this energy of the Adventurer and the Knight of Stars is going to flow for you through the beginning, middle, and end of your week. I see this one, I see this one, and I see this one. Interesting. You know, sometimes these adventures are adventures in healing, and we have the Three of Swords, interestingly, happening in the very beginning of this week for you, which is all about releasing those old ties that are hurting our heart. And sometimes releasing those old ties, old relationships, old emotions can feel very painful in our being and our soul, but really it is more painful to keep ourselves wound in them, my lovely Scorpios, than it is to cut the cord completely. Because then when you do cut the cords that aren't feeding your heart, like this one is feeding her heart and this one is feeding her heart, but all these other cords are just pulling your heart apart. So cut the cords that are no longer feeding you and maybe actually draining you, whether that's relationships, emotions, state of mind, state of being, happenings within your relationships and your emotions, and use those cut cords to then sew up and mend this heart in the beginning of the week. And remember, you have the energy of the Adventurer and the passion of that in your love life this week to guide you and fuel you through it. And by midweek, I feel like you're coming around already, Scorpio, because we have the Six of Cups coming through, which is all about nostalgia, reunion, reconnection, old people or old emotions and memories coming back from the past. This specific Six of Cups talks about the inner child and the future self, which is why we have the child up in the clouds and the older man with his senior doggo on the ground. And this is a really loyal energy of seeing how far you've come, even in this week in your love life, seeing how far you've adventured out of your comfort zone, potentially in your love life, to cut those cords and renew. And then by midweek, we're sitting here seeing how far we've come, assessing whether we want to let these cords renew, these relationships, these feelings renew, or if they're better off cut and severed more permanently. And then by the end of the week, we have the Queen of Wands coming through, which is letting us know that this severance and this nostalgia coming through beginning and middle of the week is leading into even more passion, even more grounding, even more ambition, even more love for you in this week by the ending of it, because the Queen of Wands is the fiery, passionate, charisma queen in the tarot, and she is also highly magnetic and highly attractive, not just on a physical sense, but as in a frequency and an energy. Her energy is attractive and pulls in and magnetizes what she wants to her. So that is how you will be resonating and vibing, is coming through as a vibe by the end of this week for you, my lovely Scorpios, especially with this energy of Adventurer to get you out of your comfort zone and to cut those cords for you by the beginning of the week, so that by the end of the week you can feel fully on fire in your love life in the best way possible. That is your surprise love reading for May 5th to May 11th, my lovely Scorpios. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next reading. Namaste.